everyone. My name is Teresa, otherwise known as Trixie. So, a little bit about us. In May of 2024, we were sitting on the couch. Craig looked at me and said, "Is it time?" I knew what he was talking about, and I said, "Yeah, it's time." So we bought a Class C RV, who we have named Starry Sierra. And little did we know that buying that Class C would turn into all the adventures we have had in the last year and a half. So Craig and I have always had this adventurous spirit. I mean, ever since the kids were little, we would go out hiking, like out in the middle of BFE desert and exploring, finding mines. Went to Joshua Tree a lot, did a lot of hiking there. Then the RV happened and our world has changed so much. And here we are today. Today we're going up to the Palomar Trail, and we're going to go up to the top of Mount Palomar and then back down, comes down in Lake Henshaw, Warner Springs area.
Welcome to our channel. Teresa and I, otherwise known as Trixie, have been doing some really cool stuff over the past couple of years. We're pretty excited about some of the stuff that we've got going on, and we want to share some of that with our friends, and we want to share it with you. You know, the kind of stuff that we do is not considered extreme or, you know, I would say otherwise dangerous in all cases. Although there's been, on occasion, unintentionally, mistakes were made. But really what we want to do is just sort of bring you guys along for some of these adventures that we have and share some of the joy of the great outdoors and travel and off-roading and all kinds of things that we do. Okay, we are driving through beautiful wine country in Temecula, and we have to go this route to get to the Palomar Mountain and the trailhead that we're going to be embarking upon today. We're going to be using Onyx Off-Road, which is one of our favorite tools to use, and really have a good collection of trails there in Southern California that you can choose from. We are a big, huge supporter of the Southern California off-road community, and we also are very much aligned with the Leave No Trace. So as we're going along on this trail, if you see us stop and pick up some trash and stuff, that's because we want to leave the place better than we found it. But so sit back, enjoy it. Hopefully you get something out of this. We're going to learn together, and see you soon. Okay, so we've arrived at the air down location, and we are going to air down probably, I think, around 18 PSI, somewhere around there, mostly for comfort. There's not a lot of need for that, any sort of dramatic air down. Let me turn you around so you can see me. There's really no need for like any dramatic air down, but we're going to probably do around, I would say, 18 to 20 PSI, somewhere around there, which gives us a nice, comfortable ride up the mountain. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'll show you kind of how we do this. It's this little gauge right here. You guys are off-roaders, you know all about this. So let's see. As I said, we're probably going to go down to around, I'm thinking maybe, maybe 18 PSI. So it's pretty hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to attempt it. Okay, so found it. This is North Palomar Mountain Road. And as you can see, it goes up through the mountain range right there, North Palomar Road. And I don't know what we're going to do when we get up there. We're probably going to continue on the trail a little bit. We'll kind of decide what we do when we get up there. But Trixie is putting on her high visibility flag, and just like I did, because it's just important to have, when you're off-roading, you want to make sure everyone can see you, whatever it takes. So at some point, we're going to get moving. It's the legendary rear locker issue, and I had this on the Gladiator. And one of the things that I did, let me take you around and show you. So they make this really cool device, Z Automotive, the same people that make the Taser, which I'm sure about 90% of you have. Under here, if you crawl under and can see, there is a little wire bypass right there. And that little, let me move over. It's right there where I'm pointing, if you can see it. And so this little wire bypass, what it does is it tricks the computer into thinking that it has an active state of a sensor. What the issue is not your locker. The issue is that in about 99% of the cases, is that you have a little sensor inside of your differential, and that sensor it tends to go bad, and it tends to get clogged with oil and little metal pieces, which you're going to get naturally as you're driving in off-road, and it shorts out that sensor. And what the end result is you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden your locker light starts flashing like it's trying to engage. You can't stop it, you can't disengage it, you can't re-engage your locker. You can re-engage your locker. It does actually set the locker, but it never changes the state on your dashboard. So it freaks a lot of people out. It's a small thing, very cheap fix. I think it was like what was it, like $200 or something for the piece? And it just plugs, it's a plug and play. It just plugs right in there. And you never have to worry about it again. So you already took it.
Well,
to the...
here's the thing is, what was it, right a month after I got the vehicle?
Yeah.
I got a warning light on my dash about the locker. So, it's under warranty. I just bought it. So I took it back to the dealership. They replaced the sensors.
Yeah, she had a couple of things. It was an East Coast Jeep when we bought it. And so it was one of those things where there was a lot of rust. In fact, the first time she turned on her disengaged the sway bar, there was this loud pop, and I thought I popped a tire. She thought she blew a tire, and what it actually was just the rust breaking off of this component because it hadn't been used. There's a lot of rust under there for those East Coast Jeeps. But she took it to the dealer. They got all that taken care of, but apparently not the locker.
Yeah.
Apparently that's still an issue. So we're just gonna, instead of taking it back, we're just gonna bypass it. It is what it is. I mean, mine works great. I haven't had problems with it since. And every time I started my Jeep, that locker light would come on. But I think that's the solution.
Yep.
Okay, so Trixie seems to be doing just fine with that locker issue, which will get repaired next couple of days. I'll order one on Amazon. As you can see, the trail here, again, just absolutely beautiful area here. Trail is very civil. Only a couple of minor ruts right now. I know there's going to be some much more interesting technical challenges that we have ahead. It has rained pretty significantly over the past few days, maybe about 5-6 days ago. So we're expecting at least a little bit of mud, which is always fun, except when you have to clean your vehicle. And we're expecting some, minor rutting, minor to moderate rutting. I don't think it's going to be anything that a Rubicon can't handle. But we're coming around. We're about maybe maybe a quarter mile into the trail right now, and it looks like Teresa wants to stop here and get some footage for you guys. So yeah, this is what we're looking at here, and I'm not sure why Teresa stopped in the middle of the trail, but we have a pretty good vantage point. We have a pretty good clear line of sight to the trail. I don't see anybody coming, but you're going to see a lot of this kind of scenery today. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I think there's just something to be said for just wheeling out here where it's so close to home, but it's really incredibly beautiful. Okay, so after a little break, as we were coming up with there was a couple of trucks coming down, and it's pretty difficult to back up on such a narrow shelf road. But fortunately, there were Marines, and they were able to ground guide me back to a place where they could actually get by. So that was really good. And we didn't drive off the mountain, which is an added bonus.
So that was stressful. Oh my gosh. 2 big trucks coming down. We're going up and we're on a curve. No one had anywhere to go. So that was a challenge. So we had to back up so the big truck could get into a tiny little spot, enough for us to pass. And then he drove down. Then we had to back up again for the next truck that was with him so he could pull in to the same little spot so we could pass him and he could go down. Wow. Now, why couldn't we have done it right here? Okay. I'm going to take a break right now because I'm a little stressed. Ah. So there is my babes. A logo from the Marine Corps. Goes great with the Rubicon. And it was Marines, thank goodness, that were passing us and they knew what to do.
That was pretty dicey. That's a very narrow road to back down. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh my goodness. And every time you think you're doing it correctly, you're backing down, and then you're going down the you look in this mirror and all of a sudden you're up against the hill. So you gotta go forward and then back, and it's a Gladiator, so it's got a long wheelbase.
Yeah.
So I kept having to go forward, back up, go forward, back up. One point my tire was like on the lip of the shelf road.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, if he's going to offer to get out and ground guide me, perfect.
Yeah. Over here is Temecula. And I've never found Lisa from Temecula. Where is she? She doesn't go to the same restaurants I go to.
The sun is just above the hills there and right in my face. So it's making it a little difficult around some of these corners. So we're taking it extra slow just to be cautious. But honestly, a super easy trail. Nothing that I would say that you couldn't do. You could probably do this in a high clearance 2-wheel drive, quite honestly. I mean, I'm on a 4-wheel because I don't like sliding all over the place. There's some, like right here, there's some little off-camber stuff, just slightly. And there's loose rock and dirt. So it really helps to have the, the 4-wheel drive and the lockers. But they're not really needed too much. And honestly, it's, it's sort of a nice to have on this kind of trail. But Teresa and I have been in areas like Rattlesnake Canyon where it's not a nice to have, it's a must have. So if you've been jeeping for any time at all, especially in places like Southern California or Utah or whatever, is dust. The struggle is real when it comes to dust. You're going to get, I literally have pretty much 1/8 of an inch of dust over every single thing I own in here. But it's all good. I mean, it's well worth it. Jeeps are supposed to be dirty. This is both of our daily drivers, and so we don't go overly crazy, but we don't mind driving around with them a little bit dirty, a little bit dusty. Last year, when I had Griffin, right after the rains, we decided we wanted to go mudding and just drove through a bunch of mud. It was so much fun, but cleaning that vehicle took literally forever. It was, oh man, it was frustrating. Yeah, I remember us coming up this one time.
You did? In your Gladiator. Yeah. And when we got up towards the top, remember there was all the snow on the trail?
Oh, that's right. We were plowing through the mud and snow. That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
That seems to happen up here on Palomar.
That was
We
what
did that on the, what is that other trail on the other side?
That's the Thomas something grade.
Nathan Thomas grade or something like that.
I think you may have that spot on. I'll have to look it up, and we'll correct it in the video if we got it wrong. So that was, and I was just telling them about the mud last year we drove through. It took me like a week to get the vehicle clean.
Oh my gosh, that was such a mess.
It was absolutely horrific. But
Griffin had mud in every single crevice.
he did. The mud was everywhere.
So we're almost to the top. We got about a quarter of the way to go. So far, it's been really fun. As I was saying, it's an easy trail, but you know, a couple fun spots, but nothing, you know, regular. I wouldn't bring a car up here, but a truck, a capable truck, will be just fine up here, I think. But you should definitely have a 4x4 truck. I wouldn't bring a 2-wheel drive truck, but I don't know. You never know. I could be wrong. Not often the case.
So it looks like Trixie's found a little turnout where we can show you some of those views we were talking about. Take a quick break, get some water. I'll be right back with you. So as we look down over the valley, you can see, what is that down there? Down over there.
Oh, I think it's just a farm.
Wow, so this is like our 360, guys. And if I'd have been thinking about it, I would have brought, I have a 360 camera that, actually it's a 720, or yeah, 720 camera that I can capture all this while we're on. I'll do that for the next video, but that is our 360.
And I don't know if you can see it, but way down there, if you can see the houses down there, there's the 79.
Oh yeah.
That's how high up we are. What would you say, 5,500 feet?
Yeah, I'd say somewhere around there. I think it's about 5,500. I can check the altimeter that I have.
Yeah.
Check the altitude and see where we're at. I think it's, I think we're about 5,500, close to 6,000 feet. But we're nearing the top. I don't know.
We are.
I think we're getting pretty close. We'll swing back by and connect with you when we're at the top. And then you can join us for the way down. And I don't know, what do you feel for dinner tonight? What are you thinking?
Ooh, we had sushi last night.
Yeah, I can't do sushi two nights in a
No,
row.
can't do sushi two nights in a row.
No.
I don't know. We'll think it's
I don't think it's something good, but we'll be with you guys in just a little bit. We're going to spend a little bit of time here, get some water, enjoy the quickly setting sun, and we'll connect in just a moment. So we found this beautiful little turnout that takes us up to the high point. We're going to give a chance to, hopefully, if we get there before the sun sets, show you guys quite a remarkable sunset before we make our way back down the mountain. We are almost at the top, and as you see, this is again, there's been a few areas that we felt that probably if you were driving a two-wheel drive vehicle, even though you had high clearance, you'd probably be turning around. So I take back what I said. You probably, if you want to do the entirety of this trail like we're doing, you're going to want to have four-wheel drive. I'm not sure. There's a few places I'm not sure you can get through. A couple of sketchy, rutty areas, a few shelf areas, a few steps, and quite a bit of washout. As you see in front of us there's quite a bit of washout that's happened here with the rains. But again, nothing dramatic. Just really hoping I don't get my flag taken off. But this is just beautiful going through here. Lots of fallen trees. Hope they don't fall on me. But just breathtaking views here. And very cozy. Getting about time to turn on the off-road lights. I'm going to give it a little bit longer, but certainly we're going to be coming down probably in the dark, which is pretty common for Trixie and I, because we always seem to get a late start. No matter how early we intend to leave, we always get a late start.
This is so pretty. We're coming through a way that goes over to the Palomar Observatory. But it is so pretty up here at the top of the mountain. I just had to record it. I couldn't wait until we got to the top. It's just too pretty. I had to show you up in all the, the oak trees, and it's gorgeous up here. Absolutely stunning. There's the little Firefly Nacho Nanos. Love those lights. I'm gonna get some and mount them under my Jeep, front and back. That'll be pretty.
And this gets a little bit rockier as we head towards the top. A few rocky areas. As long as you're not afraid of heights, you're gonna be fine. There's quite a few drop-offs, but I just find myself looking the other way. Makes it all better. It's like, what was that movie? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's the peril-sensitive sunglasses that Zaphod was wearing. So when they sense danger, they go black, which is absolutely perfect. That's what I need for off-roading. Anyways, looking through this in fall, this is just, oh man, this is so beautiful. Look at that fall foliage, babe.
I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but oh my gosh, the fall foliage up here. So
I know, I really hope you guys are able to see some of this, and that's why I'm leaving the camera forward facing, because I want you to see as we go through this, so don't mind me narrating over it. But look at this, the turning of the leaves just up here is just breathtaking, as are the bumps and trying to stay level in the seat. There's some more of that pinstriping we all know and love. And we're getting pretty close. So we've reached the end of the trail, and we're both in one piece. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
That was actually a really pretty trail.
Yeah.
Especially the foliage over there that's changing is just, up here is just absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
We don't have a lot of that in Temecula. We need more of that.
Yeah. Well,
We need more of that changing in
we
Temecula.
purposely bought trees that do that.
We bought trees that actually do that because we missed it. We're both from the Midwest, so. But
Yeah.
we're gonna take you out over this beautiful view here. So I guess that's it for the trail for today. We're gonna.
I think you can. Is that the ocean?
I don't. No, you
No?
can't see the ocean from here. I don't think. No, it's not the
Yeah.
ocean. Anyway, so as I was saying, she interrupts me a lot. So we're gonna head back down. We'll meet you for one final goodbye at the air up point when we get back down to the top of the mountain. In the meantime, we'll grab some key footage going down. We'll leave you with some nice music as you're watching through it. But we'll see you down at the air down.
Yep.
Bye-bye. So we look like blue men, don't we?
I'm blue.
That's from her antenna. So we just finished the trail. Just got down. It's almost 8 o'clock, actually. That was a long day today, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
It was a lot of fun. We did have some casualties. We had your locker sensor go out.
Right, just as we started the trail.
Yep. And I think I blew a fuse, or I have a loose wire with my Nacho off-roads. Halfway down the mountain, my Nacho off-road lights went off.
But thankfully you had the stealth bar still working.
That's right. So I still have the light bar up top. But
yeah. And you have bright LED lights,
yep.
Which I don't. And if I didn't have off-road lights, there's no way in heck I would be going down a mountain at night with halogen lights.
But it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. And so I got my work cut off for me tomorrow with the Jeep. So I'm going to have to figure out what those problems are. Anyway, we're airing up. That's the noise you hear in the background. And hopefully you enjoyed this. We're going to do a lot more of these. We just, as we said, we wanted to just, start this process, and we'll get better at it as it goes along. But we want to just kind of bring you along and share with you some of the adventures we have. Yeah. Don't forget to like this video if you like it. Please subscribe to us, because that would help us out.
Yeah,
and
we're new.
Yeah, we're new. Our first video. So we'll see you guys soon in the next one, and thank you for joining.
Bye, good night.